Hey, Onion here, back with Final Fantasy XIV Online. We're going to go through the Warring Triad quest to unlock the rest of Stormblood's trials and the extremes. This is to deliver the story with audio added to the text. I skipped everything the first time through, so hopefully this time we'll pick up the actual story. And for anybody else with reading or dyslexia issues, this is for you. Alright, thanks for joining.
Ah, my Lady Onion. During your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect that he wishes to speak with you, and will await you at the Rising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige this stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him.
I will be cutting all the travel time out, so we're just delivering the story. Alright.
My thanks for coming.
Onacle High is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of the beings known as icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? Ah, but I speak not of the primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon and the beings to which it refers precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Elegans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them. And the Garleans, who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Alag, have simply availed themselves of it.
Pray permit me to continue the tale.
Ah, Oriange. How kind of you to join us. As the warrior of light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of the star. The icons of Eld in the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Elegan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Alag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Elegans also learned how to harness the icons' power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Oz's And within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. It was first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Oz's But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confine the icons were severely damaged. Doubt not but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action, we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the Primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the icons' awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those icons and their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Onacle High shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy. For the time being, at least.
If we are to prevent the awakening of the Warring Triad, then Bismarck must be cast down once more. I am aware of the rather unorthodox method you employed to lure out and slay the White Whale before, and had a mind to follow established precedent. That said, islands are not easy to come by. I should hope it is not necessary, but you may as well show this gemstone to Chief Sonu. He will know it as the weeping eye of the Monarchmanai, and it will ensure that he is completely committed to our cause. Oh, and before you ask, I have already informed Master Garland of our plans. He is currently en route to the Blue Window.
The Tremontaine returns, and with it the white. So too comes the great Netherling warrior. Like double rainbows in the mists, Sonu knows not what to make of this. An eye in the hands of a Netherling. Storm clouds of the Vundu are no match for the eye's might. Smash it against the Aetheryte in the whale's crown and he will be vulnerable once more. Bind him with chains of steel and drive him from Cloud Sea. Return Zephyr winds and sunlight to our lands. There you are, Onion. The Enterprise Excelsior is ready to depart whenever you are. Say again? Chief Sonu wants you to smash some gemstone against an Aetheryte to dispel a barrier of storm clouds. I don't even know where to begin. Bah, the hell's with it. Maybe it'll bring us good luck. I'll rendezvous with you there.
After a pause, you smash the gemstone against the aetherite. Nothing much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the aetherite and once more, nothing much happens.
As storm clouds give way to sunlight, so hope returns to Zundu, and clarity of vision to Sonu. Sonu sees Netherling for who she truly is. Netherling is bearer foretold. Once, long ago, in the midst of a great battle with a tribe from the Nethers, a horrid, wicked demon comes to feast on the bodies of the fallen. Monarchmanai, we name him. Monarchmanai, we decry him. For generations he hunts the Vanu Vanu, but this day, we say no more. Greatest of our heroes climbs atop the beast's back, and with blades black as midnight, she rips his eyes from his head, and casts them into Cloud Sea. In hour of great need, eyes return to the Vanu. Look to their bearer for salvation. So she declares, so it comes to pass. And now, Netherling's deeds we remember forevermore.
You needn't say a word. The etheric readings left no doubt, the Lord of the Mists is no more. For the time being, at least. After all, such beings have a rather troublesome tendency to return. Let us turn our attention to the Lord of the Hive, who in quiet meditation awaits your coming. As you prepare yourself for battle, so, too, does Ravana. Within Thok he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children. But those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time. Nay, you must devise a new way of approaching the Lord of the Hive's domain. Consult with the storyteller, the elder of the vet, and he will aid in this endeavor. Take this bauble. 'Tis known among the Nath as the burning eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you will know what to do.
Ah, our hunter friend. Welcome, you come hunting gods once more? The non-mind is glad of your thirst for divine blood. Ever more rapacious do the one mind grow as they seek offerings to glut our deity's insatiable appetite. Another path to our god's domain? Yes, there is but one way. You must seek out the Gyne hive on the far side of the colony, and attune your spirit to the aetherite ensconced within. But the deed is not possible. We hear that the crystal is warded by ancient ritual magics. The one mind have woven the seal such that only the most worthy of warriors shall be granted leave to enter Thok. And they do not share with the non-mind what they consider worthy.
After a pause, you smash the gemstone against the aetherite. Nothing much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the aetherite and once more, nothing much happens.
Dance to the song of ringing steel.
Ringing steel. Furious as a blaze.
Thou hast bested
me. Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Once more have you slain our ravening god. Your tribe must think you a great hunter indeed. Even the one mind must begin to appreciate the folly of their wasteful summonings. But tell us, great hunter, how were you able to pass the seal? Did it simply melt away at the approach of your indomitable presence? A gemstone of fire and earth? There is something, a memory we have from the Overmind, before we were cast out. A memory of the burning eye of Ravana. The Overmind has recollections of legends 100 generations old. We remember the tale of our god as he once was, an all-devouring beast whose eye was torn from him by an invading tribe. The Nath have sought to recover this lost relic for centuries, that it might be rejoined with Ravana. Reborn. But even were it found, it is said that only the most worthy of warriors can bear its searing touch. I now understand why the seal granted you passage. But tell us, great hunter, how came you by the eye? A youngling named Onical High? Your deed has returned many memories to the surface of our mind, but that name is not among them. To gift you with such a prize, he, too, must have thought you worthy. We thank you, great hunter. Too soon do our memories from the Overmind fade, but you have given us a new story to tell.
And thus is the Lord of the Hive's essence returned unto the land. And thus has the essence of Ravana joined that of the Lord of the Mists in its return unto the land. You have my gratitude, warrior of light. Without your valiant efforts, these primal terrors would have invited devastation on a cataclysmic scale. For unlike others of their ilk, Bismarck and Ravana both harbor the desire, and the power, to reach Azizla. It is with dreadful certainty that I sense their intent to feed on the strength of the warring Triad, and thereby amplify their own power by an order of magnitude. By what wisdom do I claim such certainty? I am gifted with. How shall I put this? An intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You are curious, I am sure. But you need not understand the nature of a power to use it, do you? It is much the same with the Echo, I imagine. Ah, the realm of Eorzea, ever has it been a land embraced by gods? For weal or for woe, I should wonder. For the time being, I shall remain here in the Rising Stones, and assist Oriange with his research into the icons. If you should require aught further of me, simply ask. The time has come, warrior of light, we must move against the warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, Onion, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain, unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow Scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the elegance primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations, and join me on the flagship in Azizla. We shall speak further there. This is the place, warrior of light. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let us continue inside, and wait before the doors to the containment facility.
You've not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Onion.
It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikote Scion, you must be Archon Ishtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Krill of the students of Baldessian. Correct?
Diminutive. Perhaps there has been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance.
Ahem. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Alag as the Fiend. He was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mercidia, but was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream while his body's energies are harnessed by Allegan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into ether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form.
Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful, and doubtless vengeful, icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening.
A most succinct assessment, Mistress Kroll. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly.
Ha! If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Onion and I, after all, who enter the icon's den.
Indeed. Given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great.
Well, that's that settled, then. I will disable the restraints, and Onion and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise, and, of course, my diminutive stature. Right. It's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there.
Activating verification systems. Lifting access restriction to Triad control.
I had no idea the Baldessian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you.
When we locate the controls? Mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility.
Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the icon's sway.
War Ninja G. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders.
The Garleans, come, Orion J, we must keep the Imperials occupied.
We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Allegans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
Pestilent Northerners, you shall regret the decision to loosen my fetters. the equilibrium of life, I shall tip thy scales and partake of thy bounteous energy. Patience and penance, for millennia have I yearned to enact this vengeance. I am the end and the beginning. By my touch shall your wretched lives be blessed. You have dimmed my boundless light. What power of death do you mortals wield? I am the incarnation of life. I cannot perish, cannot wither.
You did it. I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle.
A hero, tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength.
Ishtola? This is Cryle. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Onion gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes. Understood. Let's swap tails at the Rising Stones, then.
On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew.
In short, our work here is done, for the present at least. Let's go home, shall we?
Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regula Van Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion, and it would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learnt.
I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave Primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them.
I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention.
I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen?
Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man.
Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope. An appetite for power. A lingering sense of regret. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero?
Is that what your gifts tell you?
No, those were just wild guesses. But I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Uncle High. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance.
That was a performance, then? A ruse to uncover my true nature? I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded.
Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring Triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alag. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation.
Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time. Even now, they grasp for the means to dominate Primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal.
'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allegan technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words?
'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more.
When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I for one would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things.
As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation?
It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion, but truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all of the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments.
A companion now, am I? I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Allegan technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azazel's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves too. Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow Scions, Archon Y'shtola. What news? And you are quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Oriange placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Y'shtola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other Scions of this development. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Y'shtola set forth for Azazel when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he is yet to find his prize.
Well met, Uncle High, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Onion. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alleg's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency.
Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the legatus had not reached the core laboratories already.
'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the archmages of Charlian. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, is. 'Tis passing strange.
That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day.
Archon Y'shtola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Allegans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness.
I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance?
He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion.
I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Monocle High. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying legatuses?
Kroll's sentiments reflect my own. Yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger?
Urianger?
Ah. Forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter.
Right. I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we?
You dwell on the matter of the barrier.
I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself.
The terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport into the Etherochemical Research Facility.
The Garleans strike for the heart of the facility. And the legatus spearheads their charge.
We must be swift in our pursuit.
The legatus himself is here. After him.
I shall contend with this foe. Press onwards, my comrades.
There. It's Van Hydrus.
In the name of the Emperor!
Ba-ah.
Onion? Kroll needs you.
Mistress Kroll. Go. I will stand guard over Mistress Kroll. You must keep the legatus from his prize.
We leave her in your care, then. You best keep her safe, Monocle High. Quickly. Inside the barrier. The central laboratory should be up ahead. Let's hurry along, shall we? After the legatus. And still they come. Press on, Onion. I will handle this.
I have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head.
Savages. Savages. Can you withstand this? There is nowhere to run! Can you withstand this?
My weapons inhibitors exist for a reason, but I will not lose to you again.
Enough!
Magitech enhances my blade work tenfold. You cannot hope to win.
Onion? The Tomlith is unbreached, then? Crawl.
My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path.
And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act.
What madness afflicts you Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation?
It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark.
Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of a lag, and invited the calamity in so doing.
This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all.
Have care, boy, you speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause.
Well, well. I appear not to be dead. Ah? Oh, www.
Krull.
I may have cracked a rib, or two. But I'll be fine. Honestly.
Our foes gave no quarter. Had Onicle High stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayst be certain thy hurts would be far worse.
I could do no less. Mistress Krull is here at my behest, after all.
The secrets of a lag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp.
Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Krull and I will place additional seals upon the tonelith.
Onicle High. I appreciated you staying at my side. Thank you.
'Twas not.
Oh, please. It was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is you're welcome.
Aye, you are welcome. Ah, Oriange, are the new wards already in place?
My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing.
Question me?
I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an Imperial Legatus into this facility, in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light.
You accuse me of masterminding this day's events?
The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the Legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first.
And you have proof of this?
Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Krull was ignorant. Whence then did the Legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such?
Assuming these accusations have merit, what then?
Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose, 'tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Onion or Mistress Krull, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life, and more success.
I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan?
None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the Primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune.
Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Onion. Oriange is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire.
I would ask that thou forgive Unical High this transgression, and keep mention of it for Mistress Scroll. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom.
There you are, you rotten idler. When Ishtola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid.
Ah. Never mind the warring Triad, I have awoken Archon Ishtola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence.
Come, Onion. It is time we return to the Rising Stones. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Oriange suggested, I possess the gift of the Echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the selfsame purpose, the salvation of this star. And nothing, poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of Primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapon's fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for ether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force. And fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Oriange so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of this star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world.
Alright, I'm going to pause here. This one's getting pretty long, so we'll do part 1 and part 2. And I misspoke earlier, this is Heaven's Word's set of primals and extremes. I think I said Stormblood earlier. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you're still here, let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like to see. Alright, thanks for joining.